जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांगो गांधर्विका गिरिधारी जीव की जय। जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांगो श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्त्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय। जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांगो श्री राधा नयननाथ जीव की जय। जय श्री गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ देव की जय। जय नित्यलीला परिष्टोम विष्णुपाद परमहंसास्तरस शिल भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोसाई महाराज की जय। जय नित्यलीला परिष्टोम विष्णुपाद परमहंसास्तरस शिल भक्ति दैत माधव गोसाई महाराज की जय। जय नित्यलीला परिष्टोम विष्णुपाद परमहंसास्तरस शिल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। जय परमहंस शिल गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। जय शिशिल सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। जय वैष्णव सर्वम शिल जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। जय श्री रूपानुग गुरुवर की जय। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वसदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपी गोवर्धन वृंदावन श्री राधा कुंद श्याम कुंदात्मक श्री ब्रज मंदिर की जय। जय श्री नवदीप धाम की जय। जय श्री पुरुषोत्तम धाम की जय। जय श्री बलदेव सुभद्रा जगन्नाथ श्री सुदर्शन चक्र जीव की जय। जय श्री वृंदा देवी तुलसी देवी की जय। जय सर्वविघ्न विनाशनकारी श्री नृसिंह देव की जय। जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जय समागत भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। गौर परमानंदे हरि बोल। वंदे हम श्री गुरो श्री ज्योता पदकमला श्री गुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्री रूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Yesterday I wrongly said that today will be Ganga Puja and Ganga Mata Goswamini and Baladevi Debushan. I made mistake. I was thinking today is 24th June, but it is not. So that will come tomorrow, that topic. So today we will continue SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM. Yesterday we heard those priests, they are saying prayers to Bhagavan when he appeared in Yagya. So they are praying. Yesterday we heard, dear Lord, all the great sages who are thoughtful and saintly persons incessantly recount your spiritual qualities. These sages have already burned up all the unlimited dirty things, that means other desires, and by the fire of knowledge strengthened their detachment from the material world. Thus they have attained your qualities and are self-satisfied. You realize your Satchidananda nature. In that sense, we are equally qualitatively one with Supreme Lord, but quantity is different. We are His servants. Yet, even for those who feel spiritual bliss in chanting your attributes, your personal presence is very rare. The direct darshan that is coming by the will of Krishna. Atha katanchit skalana kshut patana jirim bhana duravasta nadishu vivashanam nah smaranaya jvara marana dashayam api sakala kashmala nirasanani tava guna krita namadheyani vachana gocharani bhavantu. Dear Lord, we may not be able to remember your name form and qualities due to stumbling, hunger, falling down, yawning, or being in a miserable diseased condition at the time of death, when there is a high fever. We therefore pray unto you, O Lord, for you are very affectionate to your devotees. Please help us remember you and utter your holy names, attributes and activities which can dispel all the reactions of our sinful lives. That is true. In Upanishads you have very clearly described how the functions of the body are going back. Like when you are born, they are going out, they are gaining function. But when you are about to leave this body, then all the functions of hearing, speaking, all this, they are reducing, withdrawing. Function is lost. So they are praying. That time, due to all these things, we may not utter, but you make us do this. You are all powerful and you are all merciful. So let us chant your holy name's attributes. For that you need Sukriti and Bhajan during your lifetime. It is not someone will think, now I will enjoy, then anyhow at the time of death I will chant Krishna Nam and everything will be okay. That will not happen. What you are practicing whole life, that will come at your death. You need Bhajan and at least Sukriti, because there is one example when our Parangurudev was preaching in, I think in Bangladesh, and he was invited in one house and he was speaking Harikatha, and there was one old lady there, and doctor said she will die very soon, within 1 day or 2 days. So doctor told, you can give her anything to eat, whatever she likes, because now no medicine, nothing can help, so she can do whatever she likes, but you please inspire her to chant Harinam. Now she will die, so all the family members, sons and daughters, they were trying to tell her, oh mother, you please chant Hare Krishna, or Radhe Govinda, you chant. But she said, no, I cannot speak so many words. In this sentence there are so many words, more than Hare Krishna. But she said, I cannot speak. And they were trying, but all the time she was replying, I cannot speak so many words. Then also Parangurudev, they asked him, he also requested her, you say Hare Krishna. She said, no, I cannot speak so many words. And another thing is, you call that one, I forgot the name, Jadu Babu maybe something, you call him. And he was the worst character in that village, very sinful and cheating and stealing everything. So they called him, and that old lady, she said, my sons, they are all stupid. They have no intelligence. They will waste all my money. I have some money, so I want to give to you. You take proper care of this property and money. Then that Jadu Babu said, no, mother, your sons are very good. I am bad. They're all very good, and you don't worry about this property. You don't think now you should chant Radhe Govinda now. Then again she said, no, I cannot speak so many words. But before she's so much speaking, but could not say, because no Sukriti, so it is not possible. Then she left body without chanting. So you need Sukriti. And they are devotees, and they already know, for the future already they are praying to Supreme Lord, you please help us. You help us remember you and chant your name at that time. And by chanting your name and your attributes, your activities, that can remove all sins, reactions, all karma, everything can remove. Not only that, you can get devotion to Krishna. But surely this also, because if you rectify yourself, then there is no need for punishment anymore. To be averse to Krishna, to try to enjoy separately, that is sinful. Original sin is being averse to Krishna, then all other sins. So you can remove that aversion to Krishna by chanting. Kinchayam rajarshir apatya kamah prajam bhava drishim ashasana ishwaram ashisham svarga pavargayor api bhavantam upadhavati prajayam artha pratyayo dhanadam iva dhana pali karanam. There was one devotee in Keshi Ghat in Murari Kunja, disciple of Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So he was very old and he wanted to hear Chaitanya Bhagavat. And hearing Chaitanya Bhagavat, that Leela of Kirtan, and he got darshan and he just said, Gaur, 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 and left body. And Bhakti Pradip Tirtha Maharaj, he was chanting and he put japa, and also I think he was hearing Chaitanya Bhagavat and he was saying Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda and left. And Haridas Thakur also, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, and left. Our Gurudev also, so many were doing kirtan. So that is how we should give up this body. Dear Lord, here and our this God brother, our Ram Prabhu, I know him very well since beginning. Now during Purushottam month, he came to Chandigarh Math to observe Purushottam month, and there was a Kadashi and there was night Kirtan, 1:20 a.m. or something like that. The Kirtan was going on and he was sitting because he was a little old, not so old, but a little sick, and he was chanting Harinam with Mala and sitting there, and then suddenly he felt like dancing to that Kirtan, and was dancing, and with Mala in hand, then he just lay down on the ground and left body, went to Krishna. That is if you have devotion, if you have Sukriti, that is possible. Dear Lord, here is the great King Nabi, whose ultimate goal of life is to have a son like you. Your Lordship, his position is like that of a person approaching a very rich man and begging for a little grain. Maharaj Nabi is so desirous of having a son that he is worshipping you for a son. Although you can offer him any exalted position, including elevation to the heavenly planets or liberation back to Godhead. Our Guru said that some people, they think these devotees, they are not very intelligent. They are not praying for anything. We are going to God and we are praying for money, health, car, everything. But they are not wanting anything. So they are very foolish. But in reality, devotees are most intelligent. They want the service of Supreme Lord. By that they get everything. So here the priests were a little ashamed that King Nabi was performing a great sacrifice just to ask the Lord's benediction for a son. The Lord could offer him promotion to the heavenly planets or the Vaikuntha planets. Although Nabi Maharaj wanted a son like Vishnu, wanting a son like God is also a form of sense gratification. A pure devotee wants only to engage in the Lord's loving service. Kova ihate parajito parajitaya mayaya na vasita padavya navrita matir Vishaya Visha Raya Navrita Prakritir Anupasita Mahacharanaha. Dear Lord, unless one worships the lotus feet of great devotees, one will be conquered by the illusory energy, and his intelligence will be bewildered. Indeed, who has not been carried away by the waves of material enjoyment, which are like poison? Your illusory energy is unconquerable. No one can see the path of this material energy or tell how it is working. Our Gurudev Narottam Thakur, he sang that song. Maya re koriya jai, charano na jai. Sadhu kripa bina ar nahi ko upai. No one can conquer this Maya. Only one who will get the mercy of pure devotee, he can conquer. Means we have to worship great devotees, surrender to them, then it is possible. Because from them, from devotees, you will get devotion to Krishna. When you have devotion to Krishna, then Krishna moves his Maya. He's saying, Devi Hyesha Gunamaya Mam Maya Durate, Mam Eva Je Prapadyante Maya Metan Tarantite. One who surrenders to me, he can cross over, no one else. And this surrender we have to learn from a surrendered devotee. That is why, unless you worship the lotus feet of great devotees, you will be conquered by Maya. Here in commentary, our Srila Jajak Maharaj, he likes this verse very much. So I want to say, Mahat kripa bina kono karme bhakti noy. Krishna bhakti dure rahu, sangsar nohe koi. Without the grace of Mahat, means great soul, you cannot get devotion. What to speak of devotion? Even you cannot be liberated from this worldly existence without His grace. Yat uha vava tava punar adabra kartar iha samahutas tatrarta dhyam mandanam nastat yadeva helanam deva devarhasi samyena sarvan prativodum avi dusham. O Lord, you perform many wonderful activities. Our only aim was to acquire a son by performing this great sacrifice. Therefore, our intelligence is not very sharp. We are not experienced in ascertaining life's goal. By inviting you to this negligible sacrifice for some material motive, we have certainly committed a great offense at your lotus feet. Therefore, O Lord of Lords, please excuse our offense because of your causeless mercy and equal mind. You are seeing everyone as your children, so please don't take offense. And by your causeless mercy, you please forgive us. Nijo gune kripa koro adamataran. Hori he doyal mor jayo radanat. Bar barei bar locho nijo sat. Bohu joni brominat loinu sharan. Nijo gune kripa koro adamataran. By your own good qualities, by your own mercy, you please rescue me. So, in front of him, they are realizing we are praying for some insignificant material thing, we don't know what is the goal of life. There are 4 pursuits in human life: Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. But actual goal of life is Pancham Purushartha, 5th pursuit, that is love of Godhead. Because by that only you can get full satisfaction and for all time. Savai Pungsha Paro Dharmo Jato Bhaktir Adokshaje Ahoituki Apratihata Yayatma Suprasidati. Your soul, your real self, your Atma, can be fully satisfied only by causeless devotion, uninterrupted and causeless, means not for any other purpose, but only for his satisfaction, Supreme Lord. And that is true for all human beings, for all souls. It is not that for you in this life, this will satisfy you and others then no. It is for all jivas, same thing. But it is true that not all are accepting because of lack of sukriti and sadhu sangha. But it is true for all that only devotion can satisfy them. Mahaprabhu asked Raya Ramananda what is the goal of life and the process to attain. Then he was explaining in different levels, and the Tapan Mishra also asked Mahaprabhu, I am not sure about goal of life and the process. Then Mahaprabhu told, the goal of life is love of Godhead, Krishna Prem, and you can get it by Nama Sankirtan. And he gave him Mahamantra, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and told, you chant this mantra, Nama Sankirtan, means without offenses for Krishna satisfaction, then everything will be revealed to you. What is the ultimate goal of life, what is the process, everything you will very clearly realize. Shri Shuka Uvach Iti nigade nabhi shtuyamano bhagavan ani mishar shabho varsha dhara bhi vadi tabhi vandita charanach sadayam idam aha. Shri Shukadev Goswami said, the priests who were even worshipped by King Nabi, the emperor of Bharatavarsha, offered prayers in prose and bowed down at the Lord's lotus feet. Here it is written, generally they were in poetry, like prayers, but they spoke in prose. That is also possible. The Lord of Lords, the ruler of the demigods, was very pleased with them, and he began to speak as follows. Shri Bhagavan Uvach Aho Bataham Rishayo Bhavadbhir Avitatha Girbhir Varam Asulabham Abhiyachito Yat Amushyatmajo Maya Sadrisho Bhuyat Iti Mamaham Eva Birupah Kaivalyat Athapi Brahmavado Namrisha Bhavitum Arhati Mamaiva Hi Mukham Yat Dvija Deva Kulam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead replied, O great sages, I am certainly very pleased with your prayers. You are all truthful. You have prayed for the benediction of a son like me for King Nabi, but this is very difficult to obtain. Since I am the Supreme Person without a second, no one is like him, and since no one is equal to me, another personality like me is not possible to find. In any case, because you are all qualified Brahmanas, your vibrations should not prove untrue. I consider the Brahmanas who are well qualified with Brahminical qualities to be as good as my own mouth. Brahmanas' one quality is they are truthful. Tata agni driye msha kalayavatarishami atmatulyam anupalabha manaha. Since I cannot find anyone equal to me, I shall personally expand myself into a plenary portion and thus advent myself in the womb of Meru Devi, the wife of Maharaj Nabi, the son of Agni Dra. Shri Shuka Uvach. Iti nishamayantya Meru Devyah patim abhi dhayanta dadhe Bhagavan. Shukadev Goswami continued, after saying this, the Lord disappeared. The wife of King Nabi, Queen Meru Devi, was sitting by the side of her husband, and consequently she could hear everything the Supreme Lord had spoken. Here it is written, according to the Vedic injunctions, in commentary, one should perform sacrifices in the company of one's own wife. Sapatniko dharmam acharit. Religious rituals should be performed with one's wife. Therefore, Maharaj Nabi conducted his great sacrifice with his wife by his side. Also for Ramchandra it was like that. It was necessary, and but Sita was banished to forest. So they told him, then you marry another one. Then he said, no, I will not marry another one. Then he made one golden deity of Sita, and they accepted, sages. Then deity was there. And Ambarish Maharaj also was doing dharma with his wife, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Shrivas Pandit, all chanting Harinam together. Barhishi tasmin eva Vishnu data Bhagavan paramar shibi prasadito nabeh priya chikirshaya tat avarodhayane meru devyam dharman darshayitu kamo vata rashananam shramananam rishinam urdva mantinam shuklaya tanu vava tatara. Shramanam. O Vishnu Data, Parikit Maharaj, the Supreme Personality of Godhead was pleased by the great sages at that sacrifice. Consequently, the Lord decided to personally exhibit the method of executing religious principles as observed by brahmacharis, sannyasis, vanaprasthas and grihasthas engaged in rituals, and also satisfy Maharaj Nabi's desire. Consequently, he appeared as the son of Meru Devi in his original spiritual form, which is above the modes of material nature. This is the end of this chapter. Next chapter 4, the characteristics of Rishabdev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Shri Shuka Uvach. Atha ha tam utpatyaiva bhi vyajyamana bhagava lakshanam Samyo Pashama Vairagyaishvarya Mahavibhutibhir Anudinam Edamana Nubhavam Prakritaya Praja Brahmana Devatas Chavani Tala Samavanayatitaram Jagri Dhuhu. Sri Shukadev Goswami said, as soon as the Lord was born as the son of Maharaj Nabi, he manifested symptoms of the Supreme Lord, such as marks on the bottoms of his feet, that is, the flag, thunderbolt, etc. This son was equal to everyone and very peaceful. He could control his senses and his mind, and possessing all opulence, he did not hanker for material enjoyment. Endowed with all these attributes, the son of Maharaj Nabi became more powerful day after day. Due to this, the citizens, learned brahmanas, demigods, and ministers wanted Rishabdev to be appointed ruler of the earth. Here in the commentary, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj is also explaining this, what I had in mind, that there are signs to be observed on Supreme Lord. It is not that just anyone can be accepted as avatar. Here it is written that an avatar of God has to be accepted by experienced people, means realized soul, and by the symptoms described in the Shastras. Tasya hava itam varshmana variasa brihas shlokena chau jasa balena shriya yashasa virya shauryabhyam chapita rishabha itidam nama chakara. When the son of Maharaj Nabi became visible, he evinced all good qualities described by the great poets, namely a well-built body with all the symptoms of the Godhead, prowess, strength, beauty, name, fame, influence, and enthusiasm. When the father, Maharaj Nabi, saw all these qualities, he thought his son to be the best of human beings, or the Supreme Being. Therefore, he gave him the name Rishabha. Rishabha indicates that he was the supreme living being. Yasya hindrah spardamano bhagavan varshena vavarshatat avadharya bhagavan Rishabhadevo yogeshwara prahasyatma yoga mayaya svavarsham ajanabam namabhya varshat. Indra, the king of heaven, who is very materially opulent, became envious of King Rishabdev. Consequently, he stopped pouring water on the planet known as Bharatavarsha. At that time, the Supreme Lord Rishabdev, the master of all mystic power, understood King Indra's purpose and smiled a little. Then, by his own prowess, through Yogamaya, he profusely poured water upon his own place, which was known as Ajanabha. If someone is very pious and opulent like this, then Indra always becomes angry. He thinks he will come to take my position. So, as you remember, when he wanted to punish Krishna, he poured so much water to flood everything. But here he stopped all water. But Rishabdev is Bhagavan, so he made water for his own place. Nabistu yathabi lashitam suprajastvam avarudyati pramoda bhara vihvalo gadgadaksharaya gira svairam grihita naraloka sadharmam Bhagavantam Purana Purusham Maya Vilasita Matirvatsatateti Sanuragam Upalalayan Param Nirvritim Upagataha. Due to getting a perfect son according to his desire, King Nabi was always overwhelmed with transcendental bliss and was very affectionate to his son. It was with ecstasy and a faltering voice that he addressed him, "My dear son, my darling." This mentality was brought about by Yogamaya, whereby he accepted the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Father, as his own son, like Vatsalya Bhav he had. Out of his supreme goodwill, the Lord became his son and dealt with everyone as if he were an ordinary human being. Thus King Nabi began to raise his transcendental son with great affection, and he was overwhelmed with transcendental bliss, joy, and devotion, because he is Supreme Lord. So that is why he got transcendental bliss. Also, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was small, he did not yet reveal that he is Supreme Lord, but all were getting supreme bliss. Mother Sachi, Jagannath Mishra, Advaita Acharya, others, all were getting transcendental bliss, but they could not understand his Supreme Lord. At that time, then he revealed. So because he had pure affection, it was service, so he got transcendental bliss, joy and devotion. Viditanuragam apaura prakriti jana pado raja nabir atmajam samaya setu rakshayam abhishichya brahma neshu panidhaya saha meru devya vishalayam prasanna nipunena tapasa samadhi yogena narayanakyam bhagavantam vasudevam upasina kalena tan mahimanam avapa. Here in this fifth canto there is so many, they're like prose, not like verses. Since beginning they're like prose, and those who are also praying in prose, very interesting. King Nabi understood that his son Rishabdev was very popular among the citizens and among government officers and ministers. Understanding the popularity of his son, Maharaj Nabi enthroned him as the emperor of the world to give protection to the general populace in terms of the Vedic religious system. That kind of protection, to maintain them in such a way that they can do their Varna Ashram duties for the benefit of all, and also to protect those practices from any wrongdoers and to encourage them to do those things. That is proper Kshatriya Dharma. To do this, he entrusted him into the hands of learned Brahmanas who would guide him in administrating the government. Then Maharaj Nabi and his wife Meru Devi went to Badrik Ashram in the Himalaya mountains, where the king engaged himself very expertly in austerities and penances with great jubilation. In full samadhi, he worshipped the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan, who is Krishna in his plenary expansion. By doing so, in course of time, Maharaj Nabi was elevated to the spiritual world known as Vaikuntha. Badrik Ashram is little more up than Badrinath, that Narayan Diti. Little more up you have to go, the mountain. There Vyasadeva is staying there, Badrik Ashram. Very sanctified place. And there he did bhajan, austerity, penance together with wife. And they went back home, back to Godhead. Very good life, Nabi, exemplary. He did sacrifice to get a son like Vishnu, then he got such son and was serving him. Then he put him in charge of rule of this world, and then he went to do bhajan in the mountain and went home back to Godhead. He did very expertly austerities. According to that age, what was prescribed, meditation and other physical austerities, and meditation is main. And with great jubilation was doing. In full samadhi he worshipped, then he went. But in this Kali Yuga, we have to do Harinam, chanting Harinam, and then that samadhi will come also naturally. There are two types of samadhi, artificial and natural. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote in Krishna Samhita, so devotees, they are getting natural samadhi by devotion, that is revealed transcendental reality. Jnanis, they try with artificial samadhi by their austerities to realize that impersonal, but that is not this one. He was thinking of Supreme Lord. So in Kali Yuga, our Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj told, work now, samadhi later. He, in Krishna book and in some places, he wrote that there are some devotees, they want to do bhajan in secluded place, chant and think of Krishna Lila and do seva in samadhi. That is okay, but not everyone is eligible for that. That should come naturally by purification. So now you have to work. Work now, samadhi later. Work now means to work that which Gurudev instructs. He gave them so many services. For worship of deity, for preaching, for distribution of books, prasad, nagar sankirtan, proofreading, printing, everything. He said work now means all these services. Little you chant 16 rounds, then you do work, hard work. And then if you do this, then gradually you will come to Samadhi Yoga. But unqualified, if you attempt to do that, then that will be artificial, not beneficial to you nor for others. Yasyaha pandaveya shloko udaharanti ko nutat karma rajarsher nabher anvacharet puman apatyatam agatyasya harih shudhena karmana. O Maharaj Parikshit, to glorify Maharaj Nabi, the old sages composed two verses. One of them is this: who can attain the perfection of Maharaj Nabi? Who can attain his activities? Because of his devotional service, the Supreme Personality of Godhead agreed to become his son. So very glorious. Brahmanyo nyah kuto naber vipramangala pujitaha yasya barhishi yagyesham darshayam asur ojasa. The second prayer is this. Who is a better worshipper of Brahmanas than Maharaj Nabi? Because he worshipped the qualified Brahmanas to their full satisfaction, the Brahmanas, by their Brahminical prowess, showed Maharaj Nabi the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan, in person. If you serve the devotees of Supreme Lord, that is better than directly serving Supreme Lord. He will be more satisfied. So he did this, and by their grace, he got darshan of Supreme Lord. There, Kapil Bhagavan also told to Mother Devahuti, she said, how I can get attachment to Bhagavan? He is standing there as deity, but he is not speaking. We cannot have any exchange of thoughts with him. How we can become attached? Then he said, you have to associate with sadhus. They are non-different from Supreme Lord, pure devotees. By associating with them, then automatically your attachment will come to Supreme Lord. Automatically. Because they are always serving Supreme Lord. So if you serve them, then your energy will be utilized for the service of Krishna. You will get attachment. Atha ha Bhagavan Rishabhadeva Swavarsham Karma Kshetram Anumanya Manah Pradarshita Guru Kulavaso Labda Varair Gurubir Anugyato Griha Medinam Dharman Anushikshamano Jayantyam Indra Datayam Ubhaya Lakshanam Karma Samamna Yamnatam Abhiyunjan Atmajanam Atma Samanam Atma Samananam Shatam Janayam Asa. After Nabi Maharaj, this is all prose in Sanskrit in Bhagavatam. After Nabi Maharaj departed for Badrik Ashram, the Supreme Lord Rishabdev understood that his kingdom was his field of activities. He therefore showed himself as an example and taught the duties of a householder by first accepting brahmacharya under the direction of spiritual masters. He also went to live at the spiritual master's place, Gurukula. That is very good, Gurukula system, but nowadays it is not possible. It is possible also, but in the math like this. But that time Gurukula, you have to stay with teacher and you have to serve him. That was not only that you are getting some knowledge from Guru like classes. No, you have to serve him also. Personal service. Then by the blessing of Guru you can get knowledge. That will be revealed in your heart. You will get realization. Guru is necessary for this, for giving blessing. You will find in Vedanta Sutra, there it is written, it is necessary. Guru is necessary. You can even get knowledge in other ways, but you have to get blessing from bona fide Guru, and he will bless you when he will be satisfied with your devotional practice and study. Then he will bless. He also went to live, Mahaprabhu also was serving his Gurudev, Ishwar Puripat. It is in Chaitanya Bhagavat. One time he came to Navadip before, and then in Gaya also he was serving. then Guru is pleased, then he will give mantra. And by doing that mantra, you will earn that blessing of Guru who will give you that realization. Ishwar Puri Pat also, he was serving Madhavendra Puri in his last time on the bed. He was cleaning his stool, urine, everything called seva he did, cooking, and also he was reading Shastra to him and singing Harinam, everything he was doing. So Madhavendra Puri was very pleased with him and he blessed him. By that blessing he became ocean of Krishna Prema. But Ramachandra Puri, he got mantra but not realization because he could not surrender to Guru and serve. Krishna told in Gita, Pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Seva is also necessary. After his education was finished, he gave gifts, Guru Dakshina. This is also necessary, you have to give to his spiritual masters, and then accepted the life of a householder. When you complete your study in Gurukula, then if you want to get married, enter into household life, then with the permission of Guru you can do. But some who don't want to, they can then remain in ashram of Guru, further as Naishtik Brahmachari, and then they can take sannyasa like this. That is also possible. He took a wife named Jayanti and begot 100 sons who were as powerful and qualified as he himself. His wife Jayanti had been offered to him by Indra, the king of heaven. Rishabdev and Jayanti performed householder life in an exemplary way, carrying out ritualistic activities ordained by the Shruti and Smriti Shastra. That verse is there in Skanda Puran. Shruti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatra Vidim Vina Aikantiki Harer Bhaktir Utpatayaiva Kalpate. If there is any like devotion to Supreme Lord shown, but it is against or not in accordance with the Vidis, with the rules of Shastra. Shruti means Upanishads, Smriti means Mahabharata, Puranas. Yes, here it is different. Smriti Puranadi, it is separate here, but Puranas also they are Smriti, they are not Shruti. Smriti, Mahabharata, Pancharatra, that is also Pancharatra. That is same as Vedic system, but more simplified. So if it is not in accordance with this, then it is only disturbance to society, not real devotion. So Vidhi we have to do. First Vidhi, mark, according to Shastra, only when you get spontaneous, natural and very strong devotion to Krishna by relation, and that bhav is their taste, then you will do that devotion not following Shastra's rules, but according to what is necessary in Lila for the service of Krishna. Those who are his personal associates, Brajavasis, they can give you that seva and you will do that kind of seva. That is highest type of devotion. It is not regulated by Shastra. But before that, if you don't have that devotion, then you have to do according to Shastra. And here, the Supreme Lord himself, Rishabdev, himself he did all this in an exemplary way. Mahaprabhu also did, fully following Vaidhi. And then in Gambhira, there he was doing internal. bhajan also, to taste Radha Bhav. But after he was going to Jagannath Darshan, hearing Bhagavatam, chanting fixed number, all practices he was doing. Vaishnav Seva. Yesham kalu mahayogi bharato jeshtaha shreshta guna asit yenadam varsham bharatam iti vyapadishanti. What is the time? Of Rishabhadeva, here is some mistake, typing mistake. Rishabdev, here one Rishabdeva, yes. Of Rishabdeva's 100 sons, the eldest, named Bharat, was a great exalted devotee qualified with the best attributes. In his honor, this planet has become known as Bharata Varsha. So tomorrow we will hear about Ganga Mata Gosai Baladevi Devushan and Ganga Devi. Then on Ekadashi, Thursday, we will further hear this. So this Bharata history is very important, very nice teaching. You all heard already that he became attached to deer and he became there in next life to give us teaching. And then he became there and did bhajan. And then Jorab Bharat also very nice, his pastimes. And he instructed Rahugana Maharaj. Very nice in this topic will come now. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gaurango Gandharvika Giridhari Jiv ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gaurango Shishi Radha Madan Mohan Panchatatatmak Shri Gaura Hri ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gaurango Shishi Radha Nayananath Jiv ki Jai. Jai Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai. Jai Shri Jagannath Dev ki Jai. Jai Patit Pavan Shila Gurudev ki Jai. जय शिल परम गुरुदेव की जय, जय शिल प्रभुपाद की जय, जय श्री रूपानुग गुरुवरे की जय, जय श्री पंच तत्व प्रभु की जय, जय श्री वृंदा देवी तुलसी देवी की जय, जय सर्व विघ्न विनाशनकारी श्री नृसिंह देव की जय, जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, जय श्री श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जय समागत भक्त वृंद की जय, जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल। थैंक यू ऑल, दंडवत प्रणाम, हरि बोल।